So this is the video that I was planning to do, was this one from Gumball IDV. And I saw this. It's like a 43-minute long video. It's this one, or 44-minute long video. And I saw it, and actually this guy's doing very well, because I think he was like less than 1,000 subscribers, like 500 yesterday, and grew all the way to 1,000. So good job for them. But I wanted to talk about this because, well, I saw it and I was like, well, I could not, I could just watch it, or I could watch it on stream and proceed to make a video out of it and use it for content, which seemed like a much more desirable thing to do, because I'm greedy. So that's a thing. But yeah, so there we go. That's full screen. We can remove the snow here. Hold on, let me actually change, or behind the scenes look at at my stream. Composer from that last match, jeez man, that was an unlucky terror shock. There. That's the best I can come up with. Yeah, your sister was just talking about this vid, really? That's crazy. Hold on, let me get the game. I'm subscribing and not watching. No! How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me, man? I love the channel art, by the way, that this person has. The channel art is really solid. It's better than my channel art. My channel art sucks. Like, I need to change this to be better. It's like not IDV themed at all. My channel art is so garbage. I need to redo both of my channel art and profile pictures, but anyway. I digress. Anyway, so we got this. I don't know how loud to make this, so
okay, this is my first
there we
YouTube
go.
video.
Is this loud enough, chat?
TikTok. You may know me as IDV
do we have
Gumball.
volume
IDV.
volume
I'd like to
exist?
make this
Question.
distinction very clear. I wish I could be freaking.
I don't know. Is the volume okay? I don't know if I'm talking over it too much, but good volume. Okay. Yeah. Or change your art. It's just anime. It's fair. Honestly, that's really wait. Hold on. Let me. We're going back to this. Yes, 1 second. I need to change the thumbnail real quick. I forgot to change the thumbnail. I think I'm just gonna steal. Wait, no, the thumbnail's a gift. Wait, I didn't know this. Apparently. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do a thing and use the thumbnail if I still have it from my last video, which I hopefully still have it. I don't think I do. I don't think I still. Okay, well, we're just rolling with the normal thumbnail that this is then, I guess. I don't have a better thumbnail. I need to go make more thumbnails, but I don't have them, so or at least I don't have them right now. I'll get to it at some point. Anyway, okay, there we go. Yeah, so this will get cut down to a video at some point, but anyway, so
okay, this is my first YouTube video. I'm originally from TikTok.
Okay.
You may know me as IDV Gumball. Here I am, Gumball IDV. I'd like to make this distinction very clear. I wish I could.
You know, I feel is this bias? I don't. The fact that they're saying they're from TikTok, is that bad? That already is like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. Is that bad? I feel like I never see anything good come from TikTok. I don't know. We'll ignore it for now. Don't like TikTok? No, I don't like TikTok. I feel like every time I hear about TikTok, it's like bad things. But I don't know. It's fine.
IDV Gumball, but my original account got disabled for literally no reason, so here I am.
That's unfortunate.
Gumball IDV. I was not sure how to start this video off, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to go about making this video. but I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna sit down with my microphone. You know, I wanted to like record my face, so I don't know.
That's brave. That's brave to do with the IDV community, right? You're braver than me. You're braver than I am. Not do that. But this is so real though. Like sometimes it's just good to like just. I mean, some of my earlier videos are doing that. Like, I think my first video that's like public is just me doing that, sat down, like talking to the camera. I need to do more videos like that. Yeah. Stream on TikTok. Honestly, I probably should, but I'm just like, I feel like I've gone so long without ever using TikTok that I don't want to break the stream. Okay, I've like gone on TikTok before, like when people share links. Like I've never like actually like just casually scrolled TikTok. Like I feel I don't want to break the streak. You know what I'm saying? He's still not over about getting clipped. That's unfortunate. Don't worry. No one clipped it probably. You can go back in the stream though and clip it if you want. Yeah. No, there's no video of me talking to the camera. There's no video of that, but like just like sat down with the microphone and talking in general. Like without video, obviously, just like gameplay in the back. Basically, exactly what this person is doing right here. But yeah, sometimes it's just good to get your thoughts. Anyway, this has gone totally off topic.
But I don't have a webcam, and I'm not using.
We're gonna try to avoid not going off on a tangent.
Using my shitty iPhone camera, so
anyway,
we're just gonna have some gameplay in
also iPhone. It makes me sad.
The background. Hope you enjoy it.
Anyway, to the points now. I hope
gameplay or whatever the hell I'm gonna put on here. So I'm
also
also probably gonna record
skin.
this mostly in one take, just because I don't want to go through the effort of chopping up a bunch of videos. And also because I feel like I want something to be authentic. I want something to be laid back. I just want to be me, and I just want to talk about the game.
That's fair.
The game Identity 5. Okay, y'all clicked on this.
By the way, why is like the names hidden? I hate it when people do that. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does.
Video, you already know what it's about.
Anyway.
So,
well, we can tell this was done in one take.
So, for some background about
literally like no editing.
This situation. I started playing this game 3 years ago. I think I remember the exact date. I think it was like February 6th or 5th or something like that, like 2021. This was during the pandemic. I was a sophomore in high
I bet a lot of
school,
people probably
and
picked up the game during the pandemic.
By the game.
It's probably true for a lot of things,
obsessed
but
with it.
I guess it would be true for IDV
hours
too.
And hours just watching videos on
really
it,
think
learning
about it.
how to become a better player. Just
Those exist? Videos about how to become a better player? Those exist? Usually when you search something up like that, you get like Black Phoenix's like the 3 ways to blink guide that is like not even that helpful.
Completely immersed with this game, and I still adore this game now. So I have a very, very close relationship to this game, and it means a lot to me. It is a definite, very big part of my identity, and I don't know who I would be without.
You can't say, bro. If this was my video, all right, I would say the word identity. There would be a V flashing on the screen. Come on, you could have put that in. That would have been perfect. That was the perfect opportunity, bro. Come on. Yeah, that's how you learn Reptilian.
But I feel like the more I play this game,
I guess there's like specific character guys. I don't know. Back when I was looking, like, you know, back in my day, you know, we had like Persuadable, we had like Gaming Grizzly. That was like all there was for like guide content. I don't know. I said I would make like a beginner's guide at some point. I still haven't done that. I should actually do that at some point.
The more I don't even know how to phrase this. This is my first time saying this out loud. But the more the cracks started to show.
Okay, let's get into the cracks. What are the cracks?
This game is always asymmetrical, right? It's never going to be balanced. But
yeah, I agree. Persuadable was the GOAT. All right, Persuadable literally was. Persuadable is like, I don't even know. It's like the dad of the community. You know, it's just. It's very sad he doesn't play the game really anymore. Yeah.
the decisions that IDV has chosen to make has led me to believe that they are favoring survivors extremely hard. See,
I mean, opera singer, though. Like, this, okay, I really hope this thing does not go into, like, you know, is the game hunter survivor sided? That would really frustrate me. I really don't want to, I really hope that's not what this divulges into. Because it's, like, again, okay, like, can we just cross the bridge from that argument? Like, yeah, this has been debated to death. Alright, can we just agree that there are metas where hunters are on top and there are metas where survivors on top? Like, it really just depends what the new character flavor of the month is. Like, there's times where it is, there's times where it isn't. Like, I just I'm so fed up with this debate just in general, honestly. Like, I don't want to hear about it anymore. It's been this way for 6 years. Can we, like, talk about anything else? Empress Swayable, Call Me the Merc. Banger song, by the way. Banger song. Yeah. Not favoring meta characters, most balanced and versatile, hence why people are using those characters. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, like, I don't know. Let's just listen to what he has to say, because I do agree a little bit with the fact that the developers, maybe when a new character comes out that's super OP, hunters do tend to get, like, nerfed a little bit harsher than survivors. Like, they do tend to go a little bit harder on the hunters when it comes to new releases. But, like, let's see where they go with this. All right, I'm judging their cooking while they're just peeling potatoes. All right, let's see what kind of stew they decide to create.
It changes from season to season. We have hunters falling in and out of the meta. Entomologist.
Oh, they actually have editing. Okay.
I remember she used to be trash. I was playing the game when she was trash.
I remember that.
My
Good
friend
times.
who got me into IDV.
Good times.
Yarla, if you're watching this, I see you.
Well, not really,
I remember you. Okay, that was strange. I'd like to apologize for that.
I was talking to you. What was strange?
Oh, God, that was simple.
This is a hot tip, by the way, chat. This is a hot tip. If you're ever, like, doing a video like this, if you do something that's a little bit strange, like, just don't acknowledge it and move on. No one's gonna notice. Literally no one's gonna notice.
Terrible. That was terrible. No, but Melly was not able to ride on her bees. I think she had a shorter duration of the bees, and then she got her buff, where she was allowed to
more of a rework.
Ride on her bees. It gave her a speed boost. And then she became meta because she was so fast. And who the hell was in the game?
I don't remember this. I don't remember her being, like, that fast. Like, I remember her being good. I don't remember, like, the bees giving her, like, a big speed boost. The nerf happens on those characters because of Colibus competitive. Yeah, the game is very much balanced around competitive play. Which, I mean, you know, that's warranted for criticism, but, yeah.
A bunch of slow-ass moving hunters, like Antonio, Leo, not Smiley Face.
Yeah, Smiley Face is probably, like, the one hunter you could have chosen at that time that is not a slow-moving hunter.
Who the fuck was in the game? Why am I suddenly forgetting everybody who was
You
in
could go down the list. I mean, like, Gamekeep, Soul Weaver, maybe not really. Like, you could go down the... Actually, there's a lot of hunters. Like, Ripper has a speed boost. Soul Weaver has a speed boost. Geisha has a dash. Yeah, you know, there's things.
That damn game. The Ripper. You know, people like that.
No, Ripper has a speed boost, though. Ripper's not that... Well, first presence, he's slow. But after Ripper gets presence, he's not that slow anymore.
She could...
Not saying that makes him good.
Counter all of these hunters. Also, she could counter Soul Weaver Spit. She could counter Rippers.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
Foggy Blade. She was good against transitioning against Haster. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit.
I don't remember. I do not remember this
meta.
meta.
Off the top of my head, and I'm not used to talking for this long.
I wasn't playing the game a lot at this point.
Things might be a little disorganized.
Ento could
yes.
never ride her bees. Yeah, it's all been a hallucination.
And then we started to really see a shift.
Wait, what? Hold on. What are you saying?
And then we started to really see a shift in not just transitional abilities, but suddenly it was okay. How can we
transitional abilities for
demolish
who?
these hunters as much as possible? How can we min-max the fucking game, right? Because to me, like, IDV was kind of like a sandbox. When NetEase dropped that game, they never had like a guide of, oh, this is the best way to play this. This is the best way to win as Hunter. This is the best way to win as Survivor. Remember, they didn't even have like advanced tutorials. The tutorials was like, okay, you go into the game, they show you how to decode, they show you how to rescue, they show you how to open the exit gate. And for Hunters, it's like hit, share, and I don't even know. They didn't teach you about Hunter camping. They didn't teach you about Cipher priming. They didn't.
Yeah, like I don't know, strategies existed. They didn't like. I mean, I assume they dropped the game expecting it to be played kind of like Dead by Daylight, and it wasn't because of how the points calculation worked, and camping just ended up being the best meta. You know? Like this is just like, this is true with literally any game. Okay, like you drop it, and people are finding strategies and the most optimal way to play it, right? Like. I don't know, I'm sure when, like, fucking League of Legends, like, 10 years ago dropped, you know, they didn't have, like, the two people go on the bottom, one person goes in the middle, one person goes on the top, one person goes in the jungle kind of thing. Like, I don't know what to... I don't know what to say. Like, I said this when I talked about, like, Black Phoenix. Like, I did a whole video talking about Black Phoenix's video on... like the game not being fun anymore, and it's like, yeah, shit evolves over time. That's just okay. Like, you can't do anything about that. It's not the developers' fault. Like, the developers cannot stop people coming up with better strategies over the course, or over like the duration of a period. Like, that's just not how that works.
Didn't teach you any of that shit. So when you went into the game. And for years, people were trying to crack the code of what was the best way to.
It was not years.
Win a Survivor and win.
It was not years. All right, the meta evolved in like a year. You know, maybe it was a little bit different, but like the meta that we like resembling one like we have today. You know, like the ideas of camping and like maybe not sacrificing, but the ideas of camping, hunter strategies specifically. You know, and like charge attack, blinking, like it gets evolved, but you could like it gets built on over time. Like right now we have a meta, and it's gonna like become more nuanced, and it's gonna be built on more and more over time. Like the meta that we have now, the strategies we have now are gonna be built on, and they're gonna become different in a year from now. I bet. Like it's.
There were more advanced strategies that people were picking up. I remember when I first started playing this game, I watched Persuable's 5-year-old tight kiting guide, and that was...
I think we've all done that. I think we've all done that. We find, like, you know, Persuable, just like the best guy. Persuable, you know, his, like, tight kiting guide. That's, you know, just so obsolete at this point. I mean, well, it's got still good fundamentals in there, but, like, it's just totally out of date. And like I feel like everyone has picked that up and been like, I'm gonna go into rank and I'm just gonna win every game. I feel like we've all done that at some point.
The foundation of my kiting, I was like, you know what? With this,
it's all
I'm gonna
foundation.
Become a pro IDV player. And you know what? I wasn't that bad. I was an elk, and I was not that bad because that's
elk is pretty bad. Okay. I don't make the rules. Elk is pretty bad, man. Like maybe for like a first season that's okay. But like if you're talking about like competitive Elk, it's not that it's you know, it's not that man, it's not that great, man. Like I don't know what else to tell you. Like Elk is maybe not that great.
That's kind of all you needed. You just kind of needed tight kiting and then the occasional like transitioning. And then you know what happened? They saw that survivors were containing so damn much, and they were like, you know what? we're gonna make a little something to switch up the hunter scene. And then they
Okay,
released
sure.
Naiad. And look, I fucking love Naiad. Naiad is my main. She's
don't-
one of my favorite characters. I love her to bits.
I don't
But
think Naiad was
cannot
the start of
hide
this.
the fact that I had a secret grudge towards Naiad because
I think like maybe Naiad was the catalyst that like kind of pushed us all to like transitional kiting more, but it existed. Like you could like my kiting style's always been like transitional. At least for as long as I can remember. Breaking Wheel was the start. Did Breaking Wheel get released before Naiad? Hold on, let me look at the in-game diary because I still have the game open. I thought Naiad was before. No, Breaking Wheel was just before Naiad. You know, it's, yeah, well, I'm Percy as well. Percy came out just before that. So yeah, I guess if you look, you can kind of see a trend with like maybe like more dashy hunters. Because then what we got Wax, then Nightmare works. Then we have Night Watch, Fool's Gold, Opera Singer, Shadow. Yeah, okay. I see it. I can't disagree. I want to disagree, but I can't really disagree with that. You know, that's fair. Yeah, Pollen started it. Fair enough. It's facts. Yeah, maybe. This is more of like
she got released,
how you remember
the
thing.
only
Oh, the
fucking
lag.
character you would see for like 4 weeks straight was her, because she.
Really? Was it? I don't remember that. I remember Naiad being like kind of bad actually when she released. At least I thought she was bad. But yeah. So looking at the tiers of YouTube IDV videos, many people are low tier. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be high tier to be entertaining. Like Black Phoenix is like, I don't even remember, like pretty low tier, and he makes good entertaining content. Like to be creative and do cool shit with the game, you don't have to be high tier. What does piss me off a little bit is when people talk about high tier while not being high tier themselves. Like, I generally like try to preface things whenever I say like, you know, like I put my tier very publicly out there before I say, you know, I feel like it would be this way in high tier. Like I don't say it is. Like I very much like try to dance around that and be like, no, I wouldn't know. I think it would be this way. And a lot of people that are like Elk and being like, wow, when you get to high tiers, I'm like, bro, you never been high tier. You never been high tier before. Don't say that. All right, just shush yourself. Yeah. Low tiers have more fun content. Also true. Also true, actually.
She was crazy revolutionary. Never had there ever been a hunter that completely blocked off an entire area like she did. It took people a long time
still,
to get
there's
used
no
to
other
her, and
hunter
so
that
for
does that.
a good
She's
season,
unique
she
in
was
that
on
way.
top. She was
That's her gimmick.
dominating. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
Okay.
I welcome change. The one thing that I like about this game is that it's always changing. The meta is always changing.
I agree.
However, I do have gripes with some characters that have stayed up on the meta, like Priestess, Mercenary. Forward has kind of fallen off, which is interesting.
You know what? Yeah, I can get behind this. W opinion right here. I can get behind that. Like, I like how the meta's constantly changing. There are Priestess being the worst offender, but like, you know, some characters have been overstayed their well. You know, I can understand that. Forward never fallen off. I mean, Forward's still good. Thing about Forward is like the hunters that are just good these days counter him, and also like Antiquarian exists, so why would you ever play Forward if you can play Antiquarian?
It's interesting that Forward has fallen off, but only a little bit. He's still a very good character, but you know, not.
Well, I'm saying you still see Forward and co, but you see other harassers also. Like, you don't see that many. Like, you don't see that many Forward. Like, you used to see a Forward literally every single game if he wasn't banned. Like, Forward is not that. Like, he's still good, but he's like not like on the pedestal that he used to be, right?
Seer because I main Seer and I'm biased. I'm just kidding. We could probably do with another Seer nerf. Like, I feel like he's been
I don't
nerfed
actually
for way
see
too long.
Seer used that much these days. He's still good though, but I don't see him picked up. I don't see him banned a lot either. Yeah, not high tier enough.
So the reason I'm bringing up Naiad is kind of this pattern, the beginning of a pattern that NetEase has started to show, where players express their concerns over the game's balance. They talk about how Cipher Rush is too fast. They talk about...
Don't even get me started with Cipher Rush. But like he's gonna start saying, you know, the developers don't listen to their player. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's just let
hunters are too weak
talk
right now, or not hunters in general, but a lot of hunters have been left to dust because they can't keep up with current day meta, and this is still a thing. Hunters are still struggling.
Kind of true. Okay, but this is why warp exists, though. Like, they did try to fix this. They put warp into the game. This, like, specifically helps older hunters. Like, warp specifically helps older hunters, I feel. Like, it was put into the game for them, almost. Like, this is something I've complained about as well for a while, is that, like... Yeah.
Day meta. Like, old hunters like Ripper, Haster... Soul Weaver. Soul Weaver is useless now because there's so many other hunters that do her exact job, Opera Singer, but way better Opera Singer.
I mean, kind of true.
It's not good. This is not a thing that should be happening because, like, weak survivors and weak hunters are two extremely different things. Because when you're bringing like a weak survivor into the game, like say like a weak decoder, like Mind's Eye, even Mind's Eye with her buff, she's not useless. She still has some purpose.
No, she does not have. Her purpose is to die in 2 seconds and lose the game. That's what Mind's Eye's purpose is to do.
Solo queue, or maybe even like team comps. I feel like solo queue is the best. I don't know. Anyways, I told y'all this was a little bit disorganized. But Composer right now, okay, yeah, Composer's a better example because he's not bad. He's not useless. Survivors will never be useless.
Unless
they will still have some purpose. Like Composer, he can decode fast, he has a speed boost, but there is still way better decoders than him, which is why he's rendered.
I mean, decoders as a whole right now are kind of just in a bad place. I feel like, honestly, just decoder in general is, like, probably needs kind of, like, a rework to the, like, actual class.
Obsolete right now, at least in current day meta, unless they give him a buff or something. Hold on, let me take a drink of water.
You know, I will do that too. I will also take a drink of water.
Very prevalent loop to the game, and I mean, that makes sense because the whole premise of the game is very repetitive.
Okay, so we've kind of gone off track here, so I'm going to address the thing that you said, that the developers don't listen to their players. Like, maybe I'm a little bit biased because, like, I am a developer myself, but you shouldn't always listen. Like, the players don't always know the best solution to fixing the problem. Like, honestly, it's just not always the case. You know, if they implemented everything that, like, the mass community wanted, like, I don't think the game would be as good. Because, like, the players will understand, like, that there's an issue, but they don't generally offer good solutions as to what the issue is. Right? Like, I think personally, I think the developers listen to the community enough. I think they listen to the community enough. Like, I really do. Yeah. Developers listen to beta testers? Yeah, well, that's a different thing. Beta testers are a different thing. You know, like... Well, so, example, right? Like, maybe you have a game where you have, like, I don't know, a boss fight or whatever. And the boss fight is just really unfair and really hard. And all your players are being like, okay, you need to remove this boss. It sucks. Just make this a free room. Obviously, as a developer, you're like, no, you get a reward from this room. So I need to give you, like, some sort of challenge here. But all the players want you to just, like, get rid of that thing. It's not always the best thing to listen to the solutions the players have. And sometimes the problem that the player thinks is the problem is not the actual issue. Like, you could fix that by multiple ways. You can make it easier. Like, you can make the boss slower. You can make it do less damage. You could give the player more powerful weapons. Like, there's a lot of different ways to fix it. And usually what people will do is, like, recommend the most, like, clear-cut, bare-bones solution, which generally doesn't work.
Even though that there's a lot of nuance that goes on to it, and not every game is going to be exactly the same.
Thank you, actually. Thank you. Oh, yeah, the 9-cat progress bar. We love the 9-cat progress bar. 9-cat progress bar, good progress bar.
Say if like a composer is going against like a Leo or something, it's going against who is a character that sucks ass, a Nightmare. I just know that composer can kite Nightmare.
Yeah. 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 Oh, okay. Okay, what's the point, though?
I just know that composer can kite Nightmare. And dare I say that a composer, a fucking decoder, a person that is meant to be weak, should not be able to kite the weakest hunters in the game.
Why? Why, though? Like, what's wrong with the... what's wrong with you not immediately dying? I mean, like, the weakest hunters in the game are the weakest hunters in the game for a reason. Okay, like, let's take this. Okay, let's take Nightmare, and then let's take Mind's Eye. All right, Mind's Eye is not really going to be able to kite a night. Well, maybe she can, because Nightmare is particularly trash. But, like, I don't know, Percy. Percy's also pretty garbage. Okay, you take, like, Percy and Mind's Eye. Okay, like, it's not comparable to be like Nightmare Composer, because Composer's a decent survivor and Nightmare's a trash hunter. He's a trash hunter for a reason, right? Like, there's a reason why he's so bad. Like, I don't understand what the argument here is. What's wrong with survivors? Exactly, right? Like, it's cool that survivors can kite a while, because it kind of makes it different from other ASIMs. Like, usually ASIMs, you just die, like, pretty quick.
No, this might be a hot take. Is this a hot take? I don't know if this is a hot take. But I don't think that hunters should be so weak. And I'm not talking about low tier. I would actually like to take that back.
Okay, well, okay, please put on screen what tier you are. Okay, like, I need to, this is important information.
I don't think survivors should be so weak that they can't contain, but I also don't think hunters should be so weak.
But you just said, okay, survivors can't be so weak where they can't contain, but you just said that they shouldn't be able to kite the strongest hunter in the game. Pick one! Pick a side! Pick a side! What?
That a no skill, no item survivor should be able to contain them.
Why? Why should a no skill, no item survivor be able to contain them? If the survivor's good enough, why? Why not? He's gaslighting. Hey, yeah, he's taking my job away. He's gaslighting all of us. There's a skill. Alright, I don't want to be that guy. It kind of sounds like a skill issue. It does.
That is my point here. And my bigger point is that hunters should not be hunters should not be struggling so much that they have to disregard so many other hunters that have struggled in the game in order to win matches.
Okay, so as kind of convoluted as his logic is here, I do agree with the base premise of that hunter mains to play in a high tier or competitively generally do have maybe too small of a character pool. You don't really have, well, you do kind of have a decent amount of options, actually. Like, you don't have no options. Before, you kind of had, like, 2 options that you could do. I mean, let's go to the book here real quick. So, like, as a hunter player, like, there's a lot of characters you can play for ties. But if you want to go for wins, you can pick, like, a Dream Witch. You can pick a Shadow, maybe. You could pick an Opera Singer. You could pick a Night Watch. You could pick a Wax Artist. Like, you have hunters. And then, like, tie hunters, you have, like, Naiad. Some people are really good with Hermit. Fool's Gold exists. Like the Bloody Queen, Guard 26, Sculptor, Axe Boy, Violinist, Geisha. Like, you have a lot of tie options that you could, like, win with, you know. Move your icon so you could search his name and get. Ooh, it's a good idea. Hold on. Well, wait, maybe we could see his tier. Oh, it's his name is literally just. It's just this. Okay, well this was not helpful. Oh, I said gumball. Oops. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's either not an NAU or he should not be talking about high tier. Like, should not be saying anything about high tier. Like, that should not be a word that he should be saying. I'm just gonna imagine that is not an NAU account. That's an Asia server moment. I'm gonna just say that. Okay, that's I'm gonna be not even being charitable. That's just okay. Dude, we're just gonna that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, moving on.
I'm not talking about low tier. Look, if you're in Elk, you can probably win as any freaking survivor.
You can win as any freaking survivor in the fucking Titan, unless it's like Mind's Eye or Puppeteer. Is NAU? Is it one of these accounts? Seriously? No, because it doesn't match like the thing. Like, okay, look, hold on. Let me move myself. Like, look, it says the Naiad, which I'm assuming is him because it's Gumball. It's just Gumball in all lowercase. And if we go back over to the book, right? Hold on, let me go back to the book. Like, I have it here in all lowercase, but it does not show up. Just block searching from friends. Oh, I see. That's an option? That should not be an option. That's a dumb option if that's the case. Okay, well maybe that's a thing. I didn't know you could do that. I don't like that actually. I do not like that. That's a feature. Has to be Alicorn. Oh, he played with cookies. Okay, you know what? I can respect that. He's same tier as me then. I can't. I lose my rights to be condescending towards his tier.
Freaking hunter, sorry, you can win as any hunter if you're in low tier, but I'm talking about like Alicorn up. There's a
okay, yeah, but even Alicorn, I think you can still win as any hunter. You can, if you put enough time in, you can win as any hunter in any tier. Okay, maybe with a couple exceptions, like maybe not Nightmare, but like most hunters, if you put and you really master him, you can win in high tier still, I think. You know, like we see shit like Soul Weaver played in like, you know, the competitive tournaments. Like people that have really good mastery of some characters, you know, like you see Mad Eyes and some shit. Like people that have really good mastery with these characters can pull them out and win against good characters. It just takes a lot more, you know, it just takes a lot more skill, I guess.
A lot of hunters that you just don't see anymore, and it's disappointing. And so NetEase saw this. NetEase saw that IDV was becoming more survivor-sided, even though they won't admit it because they say that hunters have higher win.
Okay, let's just disregard the survivor side and stuff.
For a lot of reasons, solo queue, lack of communication because of solo queue, just bad players because of solo queue.
How does solo queue make you a bad player?
Against a 4-man team comp, even against a 2-man team comp, hunters will begin to struggle, and that is not fair. That's not fair.
That's kind of true, but also
hunter. I main survivor. And I know this enough, and maybe you guys don't feel like this because you maybe are like the best hunter main ever, or you don't play survivor. And look, if you're good at hunter, then you might say that a lot of this stuff won't apply to you. You're like, oh, I'm not having any trouble winning in high tier, and it's like, okay, well, you're not everybody.
This just sounds like a big skill issue, like what he just said. I don't think it is, but that just sounds like a skill issue. Hunters have higher win rates. Yeah, hunters have just always had higher win rates, at least from whenever I remember. Hunters have always had just really high win rate.
You are not everybody. What I am doing is I'm speaking from my personal experience, I'm speaking from what I've seen in the community. I've seen videos talking about this. I've seen frustrations from other content creators. I've seen people get jaded with the status of the game, and I haven't even talked about the current status of the game. This is all just a warm-up. We're 17 minutes in.
What do you mean this isn't the current status of the game?
Background noise or whatever the hell out. And this is a reoccurring problem. And look, if you disagree, that's fine, but just realize that your experience is not the only experience that...
Okay, yeah, like, my experience is not the same as your experience, but also, your experience is also just one experience. Like, this is not the... Like, you don't speak the collective experience as everybody, which is, like, what it feels like you're saying right here. You sound like you're just being like, this is what the entire community feels like. But no, it's just your one experience.
That, you know, it's not the only experience. The nature of this game is that people will have different experiences based on who they play, what tier they're in, their experience level, but...
This is true.
There shouldn't be a prerequisite to join the game. I should be able to hop
on
a hunter, and even if they're weak, I should still not fucking rip my hair out trying to get a win.
You don't have to win to have fun. Play quick matches! Okay, like, if you want to just mess around and have fun, play quick! This exists for a reason. Okay, what is with the common theme of people being like, I can't have fun in rank? Rank is competitive mode, okay? If you want to have fun, don't play fucking ranked. Why is this a thing? This has been, like, actually a theme. Stop.
Also, sorry if you can hear my chair in the background. My chair is very old and very creaky.
A squeaky chair, squeaky chair
very
twins.
Cheap microphone, so.
The only difference, I have a very expensive microphone, and my chair still manages to find a way to squeak on mic.
I lost my train of thought now. Where the hell was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the game. I can't even remember what the hell I've talked about. I can't remember. I should have written some shit down.
You gotta, bro. We're twinning right now. You got my memory. You got my chair squeaks. Like we're actually twinning.
I haven't even gotten to my main point yet. Hello. Okay.
Ooh, Ripper gameplay.
So what IDV started to do? IDV has started to, instead of addressing the main aspects of the issues...
Okay, what are the... Okay, please outline the main aspects of the issues, though. Like, you didn't... Okay, this is why doing a video where it's, like, supposed to be serious and you're just doing off the dome is kind of, like, bad. You should at least have, like, bullet points written out. Like, because what are the main issues? The developers don't listen to the community, and the game is survivor side. Like, that's all I get from this. And, like, sure, I get, okay, you know what, 2 points, go cook, bro, go cook with those 2 points.
The problems of the game, the Cipher Rush, and look, you can say what you want to say about Cipher Rush.
Oh, God, don't, you start with Cipher Rush, stop, you do not lose because of Cipher Rush, it's a skill issue. Okay, I'm getting actually annoyed. Alright, and literally anyone that says they lose because of Cipher Rush is a skill issue. Like, just, period. Okay, like, that's just the way the game is. Other people win with that same thing, so, like, it's just a skill issue, bro. Like, I'm sorry, it's just a skill issue. NAU has always had a skill issue? Yeah. Yeah, NAU is just always paled in comparison to other servers, to be fair. That is to be fair. Like, oh my god, I get so annoyed whenever people say the game is survivor-sided and Cipher Rush is too strong. Stop with these two arguments. If Cipher Rush was actually the thing killing the game, Photographer would be good. Okay, Photographer would be a good character. Hermit would be top of the meta. If Cipher Rush is actually an issue, Clark would be really good. Like, if the characters that don't prevent this very specific thing are not, like, on top of the meta, you can't say that the Cipher Rush is, like... Okay, I'm getting annoyed. Let's all calm down and take a breath, all right? Just like yelling is not helping.
But at the end of the day, you can get Cipher Rush down to a mathematical T, down to a fucking millisecond, and you can plan that out, and you can get a tie every single damn game using that strategy, unless the hunter makes a mistake, or unless you make a mistake.
What? No, the hunter. Okay, bro, gumball. Listen to me. Chair on ciphers. I promise you will win more games. Yeah. Should be a hunter that cancels Cipher Rush as an experiment. Yeah. Literally, one of their skills is accelerated decoding never begins. Give them, like, Nightmare Chase and be like, well, they don't get Cipher Rush, though. It's not the issue. Like, honestly.
Mistake, and that is not good. This game should not be a formula.
It's not a formula! Stop! First Black Phoenix in this. The game is not a formula, dude. Oh my god.
Look, it's not always going to be a formula because there's a lot of variables.
Okay, thank you. I judged you too early. I'm sorry. I rescind that.
Again, survivor mistakes, hunter mistakes, miscommunication, bad randoms, etc. But if you are in a 4-man team comp, it is very easy to get a tie. That is my take.
Okay, see, like, I don't like how he says, like, you know, it's only defined by mistakes. It can also be defined by good plays. There's such a thing as outplaying the hunter. Like, the game is not so solved where the only time you lose is if you make a mistake. You can also outplay. And I feel like a lot of people, like, miss this point. Is like, you know, there is outplays and there's mistakes, and there's also you can capitalize on a mistake and you cannot. Like, there is just, you know, like, it's not only like a solved game where the only time you lose is if you make a mistake. That's just not how it is. Yeah. Never watched Call of the Abyss? I don't know, maybe not. I mean, watching Call of the Abyss is not, like, you know, gospel either.
I take it as very...
People take Call of the Abyss a lot of the time as gospel. It isn't. You know, just because, like, something happened in Call of the Abyss doesn't, like, automatically make it like meta or something, right?
Easy to get a tie if you know what you're doing and you do not make mistakes. So if you're like, I'm in a 4-man team comp and I don't get ties, well, that probably says something about you. I'm kidding. But as dirty as this sounds, I've studied this game. I've studied the pacing of this game, and it's actually very easy to get a tie. That's my point here.
You know what? Fair. You can, if you know what you're doing as Survivor, you can tie things out. Like, you can play for the tie. That is a thing. It's not like you can just, like, click the draw button. You know, the hunter can absolutely press their advantage, but playing for a tie is a thing. Yeah. All right, let's keep maybe a touch more respectful in chat, please.
As a Survivor in a 4-man team comp, it is extremely easy to get a tie.
All right, well, let's respect this opinion.
And hunters as well. If you play a hunter that is
even if it's like a trash opinion, we should still respect the opinion.
Above a tie guarantee, you can easily get a tie. However, that also leaves a lot of hunters that have been left behind. And what IDV has done is they have started putting bandaids on bullet wounds. Remember when Clerk was added? Anti-Cipher Rush, instead of actually addressing the issue of Cipher Rush. They were like,
Yeah, no, I can agree. Power creep has left a lot of Survivor... Like, power creep has left a lot of older hunters kind of screwed. But, like, Warp exists now. What's up, Grizz? How's it going? With this video? It's a YouTuber called Gumball. Please, okay, please do not, like, go sub to this person, actually. Go subscribe. I'm gonna go click the subscribe button. Alright? This video is, like, actually entertaining. Like, it's surprisingly entertaining for how much they're just, like, actually, you know, talking. But yeah, like, I think the point he's trying to make is we'll go back to the book again here. Like, power creep exists. If you, like, it is simple enough. If you go look, like, go to the hunter section and look, right? Like, Hell Ember, not that great. Smiley Face, not that great. Gamekeeper got a rework recently, so. Ripper, not that great. Soul Weaver, not that great. Geisha, she was fine after she got a rework a little while ago, kind of falling off a little bit again. Wu Chang, not that great. Photographer, not that great. Mad Eyes, only gods play Mad Eyes. You know, Feaster, you know, and the farther you get as you go through these characters one by one, you start to see more and more win potential, right? Like Dream Witch you can win with. Axe Boy, you know, you can. Reptilian, you can. Bloody Queen's a pretty solid tie. Guard 26, you can tie. Disciple, you can tie. Violinist, maybe not. Sculptor, you can definitely tie. Undead's an exception. Breaking Wheel, you can go for a draw. Same with Naiad. Wax Artist, you can push for a win. You know, the next three are drawing. Hermit, you can push for a win. Night Watch, you can push for a win. Opera, you can push for a win. Right? Like, you see, as you go on, the power creep is clear. But, like, I would like to say the developers are trying. Like, I think the existence of Warp proves that they are at least trying to solve it. What's up, Kite? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, like, I've said this multiple times. What I really would love to happen is they just go through and start reworking all these characters to work with the current meta. Like, I would like that. Instead, just randomly be like, Gamekeeper, let's make him relevant again. Geisha, let's make her relevant again, you know? So they don't rework Joseph. Please rework Joseph. Please, I beg you. But yeah, like, power creep exists. Like, I think that's a very fair criticism. You know, someone that wants to play a character, you know, someone that has a lot of fun playing, like, Ripper, for example. You're not going to do great in a ranked match. It's fair. But play quick! Get some mode for that exists. Like, you don't have to... You know, just because a character isn't competitively viable doesn't mean you can't play them in other modes. And it doesn't mean you can't... Like, you can't still have fun with them playing in ranked. You know, like, I don't know what else to tell you. Ripper's decent. Okay, Ripper's an example, to be fair. Like, you can win with Ripper. But, like, you know, a character that sucks. Like, fucking Nightmare, right? Like, Nightmare's just a laughing stock, right? Like, him, for example, right? But yeah, anyway.
You see, these characters, these survivors, they seem to be decoding the Cipher machines way too fast. Let's implement a hunter that excels in that and only that. Also that with Alva. Alva is kind of like, he has a chase, but he's also anti-Cipher Rush. Joseph has been completely left in the dust. Joseph is extremely hard to win with.
I think the fact that Photographer is left in the dust kind of proves that Cipher Rush is not, like, the issue. Right? Like, he anti-Cipher Rushes super hard. Like, it's not the... and he still sucks. Like, the thing you're saying, wins survivors of games. He counters, but he's still bad.
With now, and you barely see any Josephs in high tier.
Highest Alicorn 5? High tier? That's high tier depending on who you ask. I don't consider that high tier. That's a pretty decent tier, though. Like, I can't really say a lot, because I'm only a single sub-tier higher than him, is my best. Yeah.
You see a couple of them in mid-tier, but even then, like, I feel like some Joseph can still win, but that's only if the team has bad communication, which is a whole nother thing that I've already talked about.
No, like, some Josephs can play him really well, as much as I hate to admit it. High tier is champ and peak tier. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But some people classify high tier as, like, starting at Alicorn. Like, people have different classifications. That's fine. Like, to me, I agree that high tier begins at tier 7. You know, and mid-tier begins at, what's it? Mammoth. Like, Mammoth to Alicorn is mid-tier. And then 2, 7, 8.
The variable.
But not everyone's going to see it that way.
I'm sure you can start to see the pattern that I'm talking about here. And then there was this new era of hunters where they said, okay, it seems like transitioning is the meta now because we have so many characters that can transition well. We implemented Flywheel in the game, so now you don't even have to bring broken windows. You can bring Flywheel and you can just fucking...
I mean, to be fair, Spectator was so useless. This Flywheel is good.
You know, like stuff like that. And not to mention how Flywheel has completely eradicated a bunch of Hunter's abilities, but that's a topic.
And that's kind of true. That's kind of true. Flywheel did kind of kill some characters, but... oh well. It's not like characters like Naiad and Bloody Queen don't still consistently tie.
Like for another day, oh my goodness me. So they made hunters like Nightwatch. He has his dash. I feel like this was the beginning of the end. Okay, no, I'm being hyperbolic here. This was not the beginning of the end for fucking anything. And then they made Fools.
Flywheel killed Smiley. Smiley was already dead. Flywheel was already dead. Like, Smiley was already dead. Flywheel was just like a yet another nail in the coffin. Good Smiley faces still bait the Flywheel. Like,
Gold. He can dash. Okay, that's another dashed character. And then they released. Then they released.
Opera Singer, yeah. But like, oh no, they release characters based on the current meta, because they want the new hunter to be good. You know, they build it for the current game. But like, I feel like that makes sense.
Oh goodness me! I can't even say her name.
Okay, come on, she's not that bad.
This was the character.
Opera's not even, like, that OP anymore. Like, you can win against Opera. Well, you can tie against Opera. Like, she's not, like, you just get 4K'd immediately as soon as she gets picked anymore. But she's still really good. No, I'm not trying to say she's not.
This was the hunter that shattered Identity V in half.
That's why it was commonly played in Koa. Yeah, I feel like Koa is the gold standard, though. Like, for me, like, you can use Call the Abyss picks to make a point, but I feel like high-tier rank picks are a lot stronger evidence, because that's, number one, where more players are. Number two, people that play in Call of the Abyss have days on days on days. Like, their job is to maximize and get the best macro and make their abilities the most smooth, their reaction time the best. Right, like that's the creme de la crop. Like, I feel if you looked in high tier rank, you would not see a lot of smiley faces. You know, and even when it does get like picked in Call of the Abyss, right? It's a specialty pick. You know, only certain people that have put hours and hours into Clown actually pick him. You know, whereas Opera's like you pick that always.
The hunter that had people pulling out fucking Gardener. And
why is that? Why is pulling out Gardener a bad thing? That's cool. New hunter, new meta. You get to play characters that have become a little bit more obsolete. That's a good thing.
First round tourney plays. I'm sure you already know her. I'm sure you've already seen. Okay, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I hyping her up? They released Opera Singer. Anti-Taikai, transition, moves around the map super fast, so she good.
The game's so Survivor-sided, right? Opera Singer was so Survivor-sided, am I right, chat?
She has good map control, only thing she's missing is freaking... Oh, apologies for my language. All she's missing is Cipher control. But her chase is so good.
Why? I don't even really agree with that. Like, she moves fast enough and she can kick back, so her Cipher control isn't horrible. Like, it's not like... You know, it's not like an Ivy Cipher control, but it like her Cipher control's like it's there. It's not like missing completely.
Her chase is so good that you might as well not even bring out the blink in first chase. There's a lot of characters and a lot of survivors that became obsolete because of Opera Singer, and that's not good. That is not good. Because here's the thing.
This is a cool coordinator
I
skin.
will raise the argument
I really like this coordinator
that
skin.
because survivors have so many broken ass,
What
not
essence is
broken,
this
but like
from?
overpowered characters like Priestess, who has remained
What I just
in
watched.
the meta for how many fucking seasons now? Since she was released, she has never left the meta. Mercenary,
Yeah,
like,
Priestess is stupid.
even though he got a nerf, he's still good. He can still gain distance. His what do you call it? His,
Priestess is like overstayed her. Priestess should probably get nerfed.
delayed health thingy is still very good. But with these survivors, and there's a lot more that I could talk about, but which I won't.
Fire investigator
But
essence.
we had a lot of survivors that were dominant, and then they became relatively useless
guaranteeing that
against
next time I have the
Opera
chance.
Singer. And to be fair, this is fine to some extent, because it would be hypocritical of me to say, oh, we shouldn't have...
There's a lot of hypocritical things in this video, my guy. I'm sorry to say.
Opera Singer because she's OP, and then not mention the fact that we have survivors that are OP and make the game unfair to several hunters. However, the fact...
That's how the meta goes, though. You just explained metas. They exist in every game. Like, what do you want the devs to do? Release hunters and survivors so that they just suck absolute cheeks on the beginning? Like, is that what you want? Like,
The fact that Opera Singer exists still feels like kind of a gut punch, because it definitely just feels like NetEase saw the issues of the game, and they said, well, here's a hunter. Here's a hunter that solves all of your problems. That's what they said with Keegan to solve Cipher Rush. That's what they said with Alva, because they were like, "Oh, Joseph suck. Well, here, take Joseph 2.0 with the chain."
that's kind of true though. That's kind of true. Joseph 2.0. I can get on board with that.
Do you see the problem here? You're not actually fixing anything. You're not fixing the...
But there's nothing to fix. What do you want them to fix? They add a character that counters other characters. Like, don't. This, I just don't even know how to deconstruct that. That's just how it is.
Core mechanics of the game. You're not making anybody happy.
Okay, so you want them to nerf Cipher Rush, right? That's what I'm hearing. You want nerf Cipher Rush. Never mind the fact that we have to rework, like, changing base fundamentals of the game is just, I don't know, maybe not a good idea. What's up, Javid? How's it going? Buffalo tier hunters, yeah. I think a better route to go is give like hunters like I don't know, like they did with Gamekeeper. Gamekeeper was kind of shitty and they reworked him and now he's like a thing in the meta. Is he annoying to play against? Yes, but like he was irrelevant before, so it's nice that he gets like that little breath of fresh air. Like they should do that for more hunters. Yeah.
The fact that you have to play certain survivors, the fact that you have to play certain hunters to win is not...
Yeah, you have to play certain survivors and certain hunters to win. It's the meta. This exists everywhere. Okay. But that's just how it goes. Okay, you will have a higher percentage to win if you play better characters. That's just the way, that's the way of life. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, that's just the way it is. You can go play any game under the sun. And that's just going to be how it is. Okay. Like, that's not changing.
It's not fun. People will feel...
If you're looking for fun, play Quick Match. Play Violent Struggle game modes. Rank is not meant to be fun. You can have fun while playing rank. Yes, I'm not saying playing rank should be a miserable experience. But if you're going in to the ranked competitive mode and then you're picking characters or like you're not you're complaining about going into the competitive mode and then that the fact that there's characters that are better than other characters in that mode and that you should be playing them to win. It's a competitive mode. Go play quick match if you want to play. Like, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say because it's like, it literally is. There is a mode for that. If you want to play competitively, you need to play the characters that are good. I don't see the issue. I don't see how that removes the fun from the game. You're opting into this. That's why there's a this is why there's a rank leaderboard. This is why that's there.
Frustrated when they get an opera singer. Keep in mind that she is banned in rank, although there is an Ivy now, which I'll get into later. So opera singer's coming back.
Ivy's
in rank,
mid,
even though she's gotten her nerf. I won't say much about her nerf yet because I haven't seen it It's
probably because you ban Ivy in every match because you think she's good. Okay, I'm sorry, that was mean. But seriously.
Okay, no. I haven't seen it I haven't seen it implemented in game yet, so I'm not sure.
This video's one-sided? Yeah, it doesn't mean we should disregard the opinion though. Like, just because one person has, like, kind of a shitty take, it doesn't mean, like, we disregard everything they say, right?
But I'm sure she'll still be...
You know, like, he's had some valid points in here. There's just a lot of stuff that I don't think is valid. Like, he has said some things that I think are kind of true. Like, power creep in the game kind of obscures older characters and makes it, like, so maybe hunters don't have the biggest hunter pool. That's a fair criticism. Like, I don't think anyone's arguing that. Like, that's an understandable criticism. You know, maybe some people want to be able to bring out Nightmare in rank. Yeah, like, understandable. But, like, the solutions he's proposing to fix these issues... I mean, he's also brought up some non-existent issues as well. But the solutions he's proposed to fix these things are just not good. Yeah. Buff lower tier hunters, nerf little higher tier hunters. Survivors too, yeah, like they should go through and just buff characters that aren't performing well and nerf the ones that are. Like, they don't do enough buffing and nerfing to me. You know, like, a lot of the time it feels like if a character is not in the spotlight, the developers very rarely think about them. You know, and occasionally they'll give, like, a buff to, like, Lawyer or a Gamekeeper. You know, they throw them a bone and throw them back into the meta for a little bit. Yeah. You know, that's kind of the thing. Like, a lot of the time, they will buff and nerf based off stuff that's already good. Like, I can disagree with some of the ways that they buff and nerf stuff, but this is
strong against a lot.
Not really what he's saying.
It's not the best. I'm talking about rank here, so I'm not talking about 20 players.
Yeah, see, he's okay. Like, this is the one thing I was about to say. Like, exonerated maybe if you're not talking about rank here. But talking about rank, yes, you play the competitive mode. You need to pick the good characters if you want to win. Like, it's just if you don't like that, don't play ranked. There's a mode for that. You can play quick matches. You can play violent struggle. You can play 2v8. You can play... There's so many different modes. You don't need to play rank.
Plays 20 plays as a whole...
Power creep is valid, but also non-valid because they always exist in most games. Yeah, well, okay. The fact that power creep exists, you know, is fine. I do think that it's fair to criticize on how the developers have handled the power creep. Because you can't escape it. But you can criticize how they've handled it. Which I think is fair.
Another thing. Like, their character picking is a whole nother thing. So when you go into rank and you load up on your main, and then you completely get decimated because all of these characters are countering you. You go into rank as a survivor, and then
Don't play rank.
your entire team gets countered by Opera Singer because she's just that strong. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And on the hunt,
That's okay. Yeah, it's frustrating. That's the nature of playing competitive. That's the nature of playing competitive, though.
hunter side, you go into rank and you want to play your main, but everybody and their mama's playing the meta because there's so many meta characters, or at least there's so many strong characters.
Yeah, there's so many meta characters. Oh no.
That is very, very frustrating, and I feel bad for you guys. Now getting into the survivors, because I have not forgotten about the survivors that got released.
Wait, that wasn't blanket for both of
cheerleader.
the factions?
Oh my goodness me, I have so much to say on that damn woman.
Cheerleader?
I don't ever
Based opinion. Fuck cheerleader.
think cheerleader is going to get properly nerfed. I mean nerfed into like B tier category, because I'm sure you've seen the nerf.
Yes. Nerf cheerleader into the ground. Okay, screw cheerleader. I'm sick of this character.
But her pom-pom cooldown has been increased to 60 seconds, which is good because I thought the 30-second cooldown was way too fucking fast. I don't know if that's a hot take, but 30
I agree.
seconds is
I agree
actually
with that.
not a long time to contain at all. Like 30 seconds can pass by in an instant. Like, and here's the thing, she still spawns in with double pom-poms, so even if she gets first chase, you can contain for a little bit.
No, don't nerf my art banner. My art banner is beautiful.
Or if you like make a mistake, there's your scapegoat. If you don't make a mistake, you contain them for a little bit, put a few pallets down, use your
Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, every survivor, fuck a magician has scapegoats, man. Like, come on.
your window speed boost. If you don't have a window speed boost, then you're gonna have to probably use your pom pom earlier, double pom pom. And I know you're like, oh my god, but what about that 3 second or 4 second movement reduction? Okay, bro, if you're not playing freaking stupid, then I know damn well you're not gonna put yourself in a spot where that 4 second slowdown is gonna put you in the middle of nowhere. I know damn well you're not gonna do. I know damn well. Here's the thing. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, cheerleader is a good character. Okay, we get it.
Because by the time that is done, I know damn well that the cheerleader is gonna be at a pallet.
Simple stat buffs aren't an easy solution. Yeah, you would need to like actually go fundamentally change the characters, which is a lot of work. I understand that.
Unless they overestimate, in which case that is just a matter of you making a mistake. A good cheerleader is not going to make that mistake, and they're going to be at another pallet, and preferably a strong one, because I know damn well that each map has way too many decent, or at least strong pallets near each.
Dead by Daylight argument has happened. You just made Dead by Daylight player argument.
Other. Like Arms Factory. Okay, Factory. You loop a little bit. If you got window speed boost, you can take that.
Why are you chasing someone in Factory? Why? What? Cheerleader specific. Why are you chasing cheerleader in Factory? That's just like that's a skill issue. Okay, I'm sorry. That's a skill issue. Why are you chasing cheerleader in Factory?
Speed boost out. Go to middle. Put down that pallet. And, well, if you need to, you can use your pom-pom to go to Shag. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is the hunter gonna do? What the fuck is the hunter gonna do? You just went to, like...
What is the hunter gonna do? Not chase you in Factory? That's what the hunter should do.
3 god pallets in a row.
Wait, 3 god pallets in a row? What? 3? You know what? Sure. What? Whatever.
Keep in mind. Please keep in mind that this is still a blanket statement. I don't want anybody in here to come in like,
actually, like in Chinatown, if you spawn in this area, you'll actually be countered by every single hunt.
No! No!
You sound like me. Sound like me watching this video. I'll just choose someone in the weakest spawn or decoder. Exactly.
Like, we do know rank has spawn selection now, right? So you can spawn somewhere and you can plan out your kite in advance unless the hunter counter rotates, in which case there's always another
cheerleader
place
messed up
to
the
go
flywheel.
to.
Rip.
Okay, I've had enough. But cheerleader. Okay, going back to talking about cheerleader.
Okay, we get it. Cheerleader's a good character. Like, can we move on?
Cheerleader, at least before her nerf. Well, she hasn't been nerfed yet, but in the current state of the game, she is way too strong. She's way too strong against so many hunters, and that should not be a thing.
Like, I agree. I hate cheerleader too, but all right, like we've passed this. Can we get the show on the road, please?
Yes, good containment. Well, her containment isn't the best part about her, but even if she... That's 70% movement speed boost!
This sounds like me when I play against a photographer, banging my head off the table.
70% of a movement speed boost is still fucking fast. Even it's for a second... or 4 seconds, or how much is it? I think for her it's 3 or 4 seconds. That is still a lot. And if you're not playing a meta hunter, or at least a hunter that cannot catch up to her, because here's the thing: all the hunters right now that are meta.
How did you get away with that vault? How did you get away with that? What is this feaster doing?
That cannot catch up to her.
Charge attack. Start charge attacking right here.
Because here's the thing: all the hunters right now that are meta are hunters that can catch up fast. Or all
what in the world, bro? Is this my feaster game?
No,
did he take my feaster gameplay? That's like me playing feaster bad.
Right now for Ivy right now, she's just, oh my god, she just has way too much map control. But even then, she's kind of been nerfed a lot, so I can't say much about that. She's been nerfed to the ground.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Ivy's mid. She's not bad, but not nerfed to the ground.
Completely off
she's not
topic.
good.
Where the hell was I? So, if you're playing a slow-moving hunter, and who is that? A lot of the older hunters that are already struggling with current-day meta because there's so many strong
Sure, half the cast. Let's just say half the cast moves slower.
Cheerleader is... you cannot chase her. Like, let's take Bloody Queen, for example. You know, you think, oh, well, Bloody Queen, she's really good against a lot of characters.
I mean, sure.
Fucking just pom-pom.
Not good enough to win, though.
Her mirror. Palette spam when her mirror is on cooldown. Rinse and repeat. And if you can't do that...
You just described how to kite Bloody Queen with every character. Oh, Magician, use a wand while she uses her mirror, and then palette spam until the mirror's off cooldown. Acrobat, use a bomb while she uses her mirror and palette spam until the mirror's off cooldown. Patient, you just use your ability. It's not cheerleader specific, dude. Also, how are we talking about cheerleader? We've been talking about cheerleader for like a long time.
You made a mistake somewhere. That is a genuine skill issue. And again, this is another case of...
Don't start talking about skill issues.
Either you play the meta, or you play a very niche character against a very niche team comp, or the survivors make a mistake.
In other words, you play competitively. In other words, you play the game competitively.
And if you are playing that...
Quick match, friend. It's there. Always.
Type of game, and you as the hunter make a mistake, it feels very, very unrewarding to have that level of expectation on you. And then when you fucking throw a cheerleader into the mix...
Okay. Enough about cheerleader, please. Okay, it's like, all right, we've proceeded this. Can we please stop talking about cheerleader? I hate her too. I get it, but like, oh my god, it's enough.
Let me contain myself. Let me contain myself.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. That contain. I see what you did there.
When you throw a cheerleader into the mix.
Enough about cheerleader.
Insulting. 30-second cooldown. every 30 seconds, indefinitely, for the rest of forever, she can transition out? What?
So he just
Unmercifully
this is
up.
what this sounds like. He's just venting rank frustrations.
But the
I thought this was
patience.
going to be like a more like, or it seemed like it was going to be like a more, let's talk about the state of the game and like some issues and how I would propose we fix some video. Not like, cheerleader, rah! Or like, Cipher rush, rah! Stuff like that. It's like, I don't know.
Three Oaks. And look, I know they get more distance, and I know that Cheerleader has a slowdown ability. But what can you do during that slowdown ability? Oh, you can put down a pallet. You can use flywheel.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
You have a finite amount of pallets, and flywheel's a pretty long cooldown.
Like, I'm saying a lot of this without expectation that you understand. So I'm going to stop asking you if you're understanding, and I'm going to go along with the presumption if you are 37 minutes in, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I mean, I think I know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't agree with a lot of what you're talking about.
And, okay, let's go into her support abilities. She can...
We're still... Stop! Cease! Enough! Enough about cheerleader!
fucking wave her little pom-poms around. First of all, you don't even need to time that shit. You can just spam the buttons, so that takes away even more skill.
Sure.
I feel like it would be harder to play her if you didn't have to just fucking tap on that damn button. No, it's not even like a rhythm game. You can just fucking spam. Anyways, 28 stacks.
Imagine trying to play a rhythm game while moving around. That'd be hard.
And the survivor can get up.
Trying to get to
28
2 hours ago.
stacks.
It's only like a 45-minute long video. Have I really been like ranting this much?
And the survivor can get up. How long does it take to accumulate 28 stacks?
I've been
I feel
pausing
like
this a
max
lot.
20 seconds. If the survivor literally just spams pallets and it's not like a freaking Aster or something, or Naiad, that is
He's just gonna complain about kiting abilities, specifically when he's playing against kiters.
a very easy amount of stacks to get. Not to mention that survivors can eat up some of those stacks to gain a mini speed boost, which can allow them to dodge hits, transition to pallets.
That's true, but cheerleader, like, this is the same thing. Okay, like, I don't see you here complaining about, like, fucking, like, wildling, like, dashing you away from the survivor, which buys a lot more distance than a mini speed boost. Or, like, a forward stun, or, like, batter, or literally any other support character. She's a support character. What do you want?
And even though that they have again with the movement debuff for fucking 0.75 seconds, it doesn't even matter that much. That is inconsequential. That is literally nothing. 28 stacks. And that those stacks that they use to get that dash, they'll get it in like fucking 3 seconds again. That is crazy. That is
sure.
That is
sure. It's annoying, but like what you can do as a hunter is fucking hit the cheerleader.
Crazy, bro. I dropped the fucking remix for that. That's how crazy that shit was.
Wait, when did he drop the remix?
That is crazy, bro. I dropped
Banger
the remix for that. That's how crazy that shit was. That's how crazy that is. And maybe it's just me who thinks cheerleader is crazy fucking OP. Because when I mentioned this to my...
I mean, Okay, from a cheerleader main, like, you're making me defend cheerleader. I hate you. I don't want to defend this character, but just like, you're just stop.
Friends are like, they don't seem that bad, huh?
I don't want to defend cheerleader, but like, this is just so outrageous.
Okay. I'd like to apologize to any of my friends watching because I would, first of all, nobody has ever fucking said that to me. I'm being completely hyperbolic when I say that, and nobody has ever.
It's not the only thing you've been hyperbolic about.
Before.
There's a lot of hyperbolical in this.
You know what I mean? Like, people aren't as dramatic as I am about this, and I feel very passionate about cheerleader.
Okay, fair,
And then
fair. So
got a
do
message
I.
from one of my friends.
So do I, to be fair.
And my friend said, cheerleader is never getting a nerf. And then she said, cheerleader is the new cash cow for IDV. And
Is
I
she?
said, you know the fuck what? You know the F what?
Doesn't cheerleader have like
Damn right.
one skin?
She is. And again, this is another case of NetEase not listening to their fans, not listening to the community, not listening to Hunter mains, and instead favoring Survivor mains. Because what the hell is cheerleader? A freaking Survivor. And so who do they cater
Okay.
to when they make merch of cheerleader?
Isn't cheerleader getting nerfed? Like, why are you... why are you saying, oh, my friend said that? Isn't cheerleader, like, actually just getting nerfed?
Survivor. It's, okay, no, that was a stretch. That was a stretch.
Is there cheerleader... Like, IDV cheerleader merch. That was grossly misspelled, but oh my god. Oh, there's a cosplay. Alright, let's go to... okay, there's a cheerleader cosplay for $36. Probably not even made by NetEase. Well, actually, a lot of cheerleader cosplays. I'm not expecting that. Was the video released like a couple days ago, I think. It's just okay, we might be getting a little bit demonetized there. But just look at okay, cosplay. Those exist for every character.
Okay, that was an invalid argument, but but even then, like that was me grasping at straws for the argument, of they favor Survivor mains more than Hunter mains, because I feel like if you play Hunter, you can feel the difference. You can feel the difference, and look.
I mean, yes, I guess it depends on what you're playing. Like, obviously, it's gonna feel different. It's two very, very different ways of playing the game. Like,
NetEase does not have a freaking excuse anymore, because maybe like a year ago they could be like,
According to the win rates. According to the win.
I can't do it.
I mean, in my opinion, the win rates are kind of a stupid measurement.
According to
It depends on the win rates of what too, right? The win rates of what?
90% win rate across the board. They have a way higher win rate than any of the survivors.
But then you look at you click on any profile right now. You can spend freaking hours clicking on profiles, looking at Hunter mains, and you'll see the average Hunter win rate is starting to become what, 70%?
That's bad? 70% is bad? I would be happy if it was a 70% win rate, man. Okay, hold on. Let's test this. Let's go click on a profile chat. Let's go to English. There's a Hunter. Oh, here's a Hunter main. All right, 70% win rate. Okay, 78. 70% win rate. All right. Attempt two. Will it stand? Another Hunter player. Not team invitations. View archive. 75%. Okay. You know what? At least it's accurate. Any other? I don't think there's anyone else. 100. Okay. Random elk person. View archive. 0% win rate. Okay. 25 survivor win rate. Okay, you know what? At least that's accurate. At least it's at least still 70% win rate's a lot. It's good. That's good. That's good.
70%? I would have never guessed that. If you told me
Why?
2 years ago that the win rate for hunters, I'm starting to see 40% win rates, 50% win rates. You mean to tell?
Wow, 50% win rates? You mean they win roughly half their matches? That's crazy. That almost sounds like it's balanced.
Me, you're playing hunter and you can only win 50% of the time. That would be unheard of. That would be unheard of 2 years ago. Unheard of.
I mean, win rate's a stupid metric anyway, but isn't closer to 50% a fucking good thing?
And I feel like Netties can't ignore that fact anymore.
The hunter win rates are going down, but they're still higher than survivor, because average survivor win rate is like 20% if I'm not mistaken. Still higher than survivor win rate. Like let's be honest. Like, the bar to get higher than normal survivor win rate is like rock bottom.
Nettie.
Trying to say if you grind a lot, you can get higher rank easily. In lower tiers, I think this is true. To me, and this is from my own experience, like, once I got to Alicorn, I had trouble, like, I'm having trouble ranking up. And this could be because, like, I'm still putting in the time, but I still have trouble ranking up. I'm still putting in the hours of rank every day, which I did for all the tiers. And, you know, perhaps it's just because this is where my skill level tier is why I was ranking up faster. But, like, I think that's true in lower tiers, that if you just put in the time, because you don't lose as many points as you gain more. But I could be wrong, because I'm only Alicorn. Yeah.
Please, listen to me. When you make hunters that break the game, like Opera Singer and Ivy, it does not make the game any more fun to play.
Okay. That's like, it goes both ways. You're saying that, like, Antiquarian didn't break the game. Antiquarian still breaks the game. Antiquarian's still amazing.
It does not feel rewarding to play these specifically made hunters that are made to counter every single...
Then don't play the hunters. Don't play the hunters. No one's forcing you, like, handcuffing you to the desk and making you play Opera Singer. You don't have to play them.
Aspect of current day meta. Because that's not what a lot of players want to do. They just want to be able to play their favorite characters. They want to be able to play their niche little hunters and not get their ass beat.
Don't play. Just play quick matches. Quick matches are your friend. We need to, like, can we turn this into a meme? Like, someone, like, I don't even know how you would turn this into a meme, but it's literally like people complaining about not being able to play good characters in rank, and then, like, quick match is just there. Like, they don't know quick match exists. It's like the one where there's two people fighting, you know, and it's like, and, you know, being angry at the devs about their characters being bad, and then, like, they don't know that they can just play quick match.
And not have to fucking solve the Pythagorean theorem, solve for X over Y every single time they want to lock in as fucking Leo.
That's... Yeah, Leo mains do that, though, to be fair. They solved the Pythagorean theorem. Leo mains are, like, a different breed.
Maybe not Leo. Okay, Leo mains are on a whole nother level, but...
That we're on the same page with that.
Antonio, that's a better example. Antonio.
You know what? Antonio, fucking every time someone locks Antonio, I get destroyed. I don't know what it is about him.
Antonio mains. There's one Antonio main I know. Meow Ganji, if you're watching this, I see you. You are the strongest person I know, but
the way he just...
There's just a lot of hunter...
The way he said that very interesting name, just so normally.
I genuinely feel bad for, because they cannot keep up in current day meta, and that's not okay. And it would be fine if there was more of a selection of hunters that you could play that are strong, like survivors have.
You don't have, like, that small of a selection.
But we don't have that... We don't have those options. Survivors have too much right now, and hunters don't have enough.
What do you mean? You just had Opera Singer, which was, like, just...
The game feels
Gotta love
Not-
Gamekeeper.
very fun right now. Well, it's still fun. There's still a lot of things that I like about the game. I like strategizing. I like learning new characters. I like kiting. I like rescuing.
Well, if you like learning new characters, this shouldn't be a problem for you then, because you're always playing the latest and greatest.
You know what? Maybe I even like the coding when I hop on Composer. But people play this game to have fun. Or at least the vast majority of this game plays to have fun. There is a competitive team.
I actually disagree with that. I think most people play competitively. At least looking at it from an NAU lens, I think most of the community plays competitively. Or they play competitively and pretend like they're playing for fun, which there's a different mode for that, but they don't play that.
there is a competitive fan base, but a lot of the community is below
Well, yeah, most people play for cosmetics. That's true.
Alicorn.
Also true.
And even for people above Alicorn, you should not be sweating in order to win. You should still be able.
Why? Why would you? What do you mean? If you're in a high tier, you shouldn't have to try to win. What? That's the whole purpose of high tier. Is you're sweating to. Whatever.
To have fun playing your bad hunters, playing your bad survivors in order to win. NetEase is refusing to address the actual issues.
The actual issues, which according to you are Cipher Rush, I think, and power creep.
Of the
Probably.
game.
And don't forget cheerleader. Cheerleader, massive issue.
It's just frustrating.
She's getting nerfed, by the way. Don't worry.
To say the least. And
Yeah, top tier of a competitive mode, not having to try. I want to go to a game where I can just be the best in the world without having to give it any effort. Sign me up, please.
there are a lot of people getting frustrated. I made this video because I watched Black Phoenix's video.
Of course. This is actually a major problem I have with Black Phoenix's video. You know what? Actually, I will talk about this at the end. I'll talk about this at the end because this is an issue with the content creation in general that I want to touch on.
About how the game doesn't feel as fun anymore. It's a good video. It's much shorter than mine. It is 8 minutes long.
Yeah, I also made a video. I also made a video on that video. You could go watch that if you haven't already. Ow, fuck.
Go ahead and give it a watch. But I feel like this game has a tendency of people get latched onto it. People realize the issues. People
wow, it's fun.
realize it is not going to be fixed, and then they leave. I've seen this happen again and again and again.
I do think he's wrong, but IDV is a game that people come in, they play a lot, and they leave, and they come back, and you get motivation to play this game in waves. You could argue for days about why. This is one proposition as to why, but I think that is an unquestionable fact.
With people that I know, or no, people that I am mutuals with on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I agree, Grisjum. I don't think Black Phoenix should really talk about high tier without really being the high tier himself. I don't trust him when it comes to that either. I don't know why you would. He doesn't have the credentials for it.
Things that I've just seen in
I will not trust your opinion when it comes to high tier unless I look on your profile and I see peak tier with a few stars.
It's disappointing, to say the least. I love this game. Again, I love this game, but I have my gripes with it, and I wish the best for it. And just because I like the game doesn't mean
no, don't trust me. Don't trust me.
that it's not exempt from criticism. And I want everybody watching this to realize this and have an open mind. And in fact, I encourage discussion. So if there's anything you disagree with me on, go ahead, put it in the comment section. I'm willing.
Okay, normally I would put it in the comment section, bro. My fucking comment would be like paragraphs. Be writing like the song of Ice and Fire down in the fucking comment section to outline all the issues I have with this video.
To hear you out, because I think the more opinions we get on this topic, because it affects everybody slightly differently, the better understanding that we can come to as a community.
I agree. I do agree with
make
what
this
he's
game
saying
better for
though.
everybody.
Right? This is
But
just
it is
this is a based
undeniable,
opinion.
The fact that this game is survivor-sided right now. NetEase has a tendency to make all the wrong decisions in hopes of appeasing. I don't even know who they're trying to appease when they do.
The competitive players. I think this is valid. They do balance the game maybe a bit too much about competitive play on Call of the Abyss matches, etc. They balance it maybe a little bit too much around that. I agree with that.
Do this. I don't even know who they're listening to when they make these nerfs. Because, look, we're gonna fucking talk about Bane now!
They probably make the nerfs based on data, which we don't always get to see.
If you told me when I first started playing this game 3 years ago that Bane was going to become the Bane.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. The bane of everyone's
people's
existence.
With that stupid ass hook. With that weird ass auto aim. I would have said, ha.
Chinese server win rate? Yeah.
Well, I would have said more than that. But I would have said, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And you know what they
Yeah, I agree. 3 years ago, if you told me Bane was going to be good, I would be surprised.
did? Instead of listening to the community and fixing his auto-aim feature so it wasn't going through a fucking pallet window and a wall simultaneously and then still hooking onto a survivor.
This is a hot take, chat. I don't actually think Gamekeeper's auto-aim is, like, that bad. Like, it's dumb sometimes, but, like, I don't think it's that bad. Is that a hot take?
They nerfed his
Like, it's the infinite hook and the traps.
traps. Even though you can just transition out, or you can use flywheel.
Yeah, they nerfed the trap. I'm glad they nerfed the traps. I fucking think I think the traps are still the most annoying part of Gamekeeper. Maybe not good, but like fucking the most annoying. Mostly because I can't see them, alright? I have bad old man eyes. I can't see his traps, and like too much for me to remember. I love how he's doing that right after he lands like this long ass hook on LG. Who just flywheeled it, by the way.
There are endless examples of NetEase just completely throwing the dart and completely missing the bullseye.
Yeah,
In
I don't
fact, they
think Bane
even
is OP.
completely miss the bullseye.
He's just good, but he's
they
annoying.
somehow land on the opposite side of the wall.
Like it's not that fun to play against Bane, and he's also like kind of skillless. That's why people hate him, I think.
Bro, the dart fucking boomerangs behind you and lands
Wait,
of the
what?
wall, bro. The dart. They somehow land on the. In fact, they don't even completely. Throwing the dart and completely missing the bullseye. In fact, they don't even completely miss the bullseye. They somehow land on the opposite side of the wall, bro. The dart fucking boomerangs behind you and lands
Fucking rebounds
fucking
off
on
the
wall
dartboard, hits them in
behind
the
you.
head. It's funny.
What the
I'm gonna use
fuck?
that analogy. I'm gonna steal that.
Goodness me. It's okay, look. It's not actually a big deal. If you've been noticing, I've been laughing throughout this entire video. Because in the end, this is just a game. It is just a game. I'm here to
Real,
have
true.
fun. And even if the game remains completely unbalanced, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to rank down.
Oh,
I'm going to go
stop.
back to playing Naiad so I can have fun.
Yeah,
Because
please do it in quick match.
As soon
You will have
as
fun.
Things start to become way too prevalent. As soon as it starts to become, as soon as I start to think, I think survivors are a little too powerful, I'll say, maybe I'll stop playing Hunter and I'll go play Survivor instead. I think I've said everything I want to say.
Are you
yeah,
sure?
this
Are
might be
you
fucking-
sure you've said everything you want? That you don't want to rant about cheerleader for another 2 minutes? Are you sure?
Yeah, but I feel like I've said everything that I want to say. And I'm not sure how to wrap this video up. This whole
Are you kidding me?
everything that I want to say. I'm not sure how to wrap.
Because this man is. I need your luck, Gumball. The gameplay you've been showing, I fucking need your luck to not get hit there.
This video up. This whole video was just a complete mess of me talking.
Stop! How are you alive?
About things jumping back and forth, not fully reaching conclusions, but I describe this as kind of like an introduction to my issues of the game, like a blanket statement.
An introduction. Oh my god. Okay.
And going back, I kind of wish that I'd written out some key points to this, but
Yeah. Don't worry. Okay. Second video. You'll pick it. You'll pick it up. Also, by the way, I love, like, look at the similarities between his thumbnail and my thumbnail. I love how we picked, like, the exact same thumbnail. Like, zoomed in. Mine is slightly more zoomed out. With text. Mine looks a bit more professional. You know, hate to say it, but... Like, I love how similar our two thumbnails are. I'm just realizing this now. Does it show up on stream? Is it showing... Like, it's actually kind of uncanny. Which, this was originally based off of Black Phoenix's thumbnail. Like, at least mine was. I don't know if his was or not. Maybe his is based off of my thumbnail. Make your own thumbnail? So do I. And most people probably do. Yeah. People keep wanting non-meta hunters like GK to get buffed. Then they get a little too close to meta. They ask for another. Yeah, it's also true. Like, people want a game... Well, not gamekeepers specifically, but lower tier hunters, like, to exist in the meta for a long time. One finally does, and they're like, no, go back.
we have been talking for way too long. And I'm not re-recording this.
So real.
This is slightly stuffy. So to summarize, this is your TLDR version.
Okay, well, you could have waited to the... You could put the TLDR, like, at the fucking beginning.
The game has become formulaic.
No.
Much more predictable.
Disagree.
And, frankly, stale.
Disagree. Well, somewhat disagree. Agree in some ways, disagree in others.
Because NetEase is not addressing the root of the issue.
Disagree.
Instead, just slapping shit on the screen and saying, here, take this.
Strongly disagree.
Hunters, play these characters. They're good. And you see all those old hunters, fuck them. Because these are the new hunters that you should be focusing on. And fuck our older characters.
Mostly
fuck
agree.
Fuck those older survivors. Fuck those older hunters. They are never coming back to the meta.
Agreed until
play
Warp
these
existed.
Same 5 hunters. Play all these selection of 10 survivors and boom. You'll win your matches. And that is
terrible
not
serial.
fun. I want variety.
Quick match!
I want this game to be rejuvenated. I want to see more from this game. You look at tournaments.
Fair.
They play like the same 5 hunters and it's boring. Opera Singer is undeniably the...
This is actually a valid criticism. This is why Global Ban exists for survivors in tournament. I do kind of agree. At least Opera Singer is kind of fun to watch.
First pick in every single round. The first pick every single time. And it is boring. Ugh. Band-aids on a bullet.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that when it comes to tournaments. I do wish there was maybe a little bit more different hunters, but that's... Oh well. I don't really see what they can do about that.
Shut
without making the game extremely, like actually survivor-sided. Which would then just generate a lot of complaints and shit. You know, blah, blah, blah.
Or what is the saying? It's like putting band-aids on a bullet hole. I think that's the saying. Because you can't
I would do that. I would put a band-aid on a bullet hole. It's better than nothing.
repair something so superficially when the issue go so deep down. You're gonna have to get fucking pliers and take that shit out.
It's a bad idea, I think.
I don't know if anybody's watched this all the way through, but if you have,
Hello.
I don't know what the fuck to say to you. I think I'm gonna say why.
You could say thank you. All the YouTubers, subscribe, like the video, click the thumbs up button. Support me on fucking Patreon.
Why?
Follow my Twitter.
I hope you enjoyed. I don't know. I have a TikTok account. That's where I came from. It's idvgumball. Go ahead and check me out.
Told you guys nothing good comes from TikTok.
And feel free to subscribe. I'm probably not gonna make long ass videos like this.
There it is. There's the subscribe.
I'm just gonna
I'm so proud. He's learning so quickly. He's learning so quick, chat.
More videos of me talking about the game, I guess. Maybe some funny stuff, maybe some gameplay, maybe some commentary. I don't know yet. But this video is simply just a passion project. I don't care how much...
You know what, Mr. Gumball? As negative as I have been in this entire video, I am looking forward to seeing more from you. As much as I disagreed with almost everything you said, you are entertaining, at the very least. Again, I don't mean that as like, it's funny to laugh at this person way. Like, actually genuinely entertaining and has skill. So, you know what? I don't want to send negativity ever, but, if you want to do a collab, my DMs are open if you ever end up watching this. Probably not, but hey.
Much views
throwing
this
it out
gets, I don't
there.
care how many people actually watch this, and I just want to release this out into the world. And if
I
one
mean, hey,
person
how many
watches
people
this,
watch
then
8K?
I'm happy.
8K
That's
is a
all
lot
I
of
need.
people.
That's all I need. So I gotta go to work soon. I've been recording for almost an hour. So,
Oh, that reminds me, I have to get up at 6 tomorrow morning. Oh, it's
goodbye,
9
everybody.
o'clock.
I don't have an outro.
Just no outro? Okay, that's fair.
Best. Even
You might do a collab with me on IDV ranking. Yeah, we can make a tier list together. That'd be great. Anyway, oh my god. Okay, that was a journey. That was a long journey, but we have reached the end of the journey. Oh my gosh. We could join them on a rant video. That'd be funny. Fucking rant. Gumball, man. We could rant about cheerleader for hours. All right, I hate her too. Right, we could make an anti-cheerleader propaganda. All right, my DMs are open. I got Discord. I got Twitter. I got email. I have nothing else to say. Those are my only social medias. I almost never go on Twitter. Do not reach out to me on Twitter. I will not answer you. Anyway. Yo, 7SS tier? No. No. Maybe if it was a reversed tier list. Oh boy. Anyway, so what have we learned? So I think the main point of the video was basically saying that Survivor's too strong right now, and that the developers don't listen to the community enough. Cheerleader sucks. Or Cheerleader is too OP. That's kind of really all I got from this. You know, like, I think he made some good arguments throughout. Like, there was some good arguments sprinkled throughout. I think the majority of this was just a big, giant skill issue, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this seemed like a just venting anger at rank. You know, like, that's kind of how it is. Yeah. Current tier is his highest ever. Don't say that. Don't make me feel bad. Don't make me feel bad, chat. I don't want to feel bad. But yeah, so there were some good points made. You know, regardless of his tier, he shouldn't be saying, you know, in high tier if it's not exactly in high tier, but maybe by his definition it is high tier. I mean, we can't pretend, right? We can't pretend, like, if we go over to the game here and we look at the leaderboards, at the rankings, right? Like, I'm like Alicorn 4 and like top 2,000. So I'm sure he's top 2,000 as well on the survivor rankings or hunter rankings, whatever it is. So that is like actually, you know, at least when it comes to NAU perspective, which obviously dwarfs in comparison to the skill on other servers, but like a decent player when it comes to NAU standards. Right? Like, I will argue that case for him, that there is that. Maybe that's cope because I'm also Alicorn. But yeah. But anyway, what I don't like about this, and if we, I assume if we go to like the comments section, you know, we'll see a lot of like the same stuff. They need to improve the hunter hitboxes, good lord. But yeah, like, it's a lot of people saying this, and videos made like this that are generally a big skill issue. Alright, I'm just gonna say as a big skill issue. Black Phoenix video as well, is that they say things like, in high tiers, things are like this. You know, specifically in Black Phoenix's video. Alright? Specifically in that one. Maybe not this one as much, but they will say that. And they are not high tier themselves, they don't know this, but people that, like, a large amount of people watch these videos, and it's like propaganda, so it propagates this idea throughout the community when it's just not the way it is. And it's a problem, like, when something like this, and it comes out, and people are like, yeah, I have a skill issue too. They don't actually think that. They're like, yes, I can blame my problems on this thing. And they bandwagon, and that's how we get, like, harassment towards the devs and stuff like that. You know, I feel like it's, as much as I don't want to, like, pick on this video for being, like, irresponsible, because I'm sure at the time bro had probably not a lot of subscribers, and just, you know, threw it out there as, like, you know, a fun thing. Black Phoenix's, though, I do think was a little bit irresponsible. But you shouldn't be commenting on things that you don't know about. Like, you guys hear me when I talk about, I feel like things would be this way in peak tier. Like, I'm very transparent about the fact that I've never been there. I'm trying to get there, and that it would make sense to me if it's like that, and very much do welcome people correcting me. Which seems to be rather absent in videos like this. If that makes sense. Okay, enough big words. But yeah, anyway. Oh my god, that's gone on for way too long. That's 4 hours. I recorded this also.